Once upon a time, in a land not so far away, there was a girl who had lost her voice. Her name was Alara, and she was known throughout the land for her beautiful singing. But one day she woke up and her voice was gone. She tried everything to get it back, but nothing worked. One day, Alara's mother told her, "My darling, I think you need a change of scenery. Why don't you go to the Whispering Woods? It's said that if you listen closely to the trees, they will share their wisdom and help you with your problems." So Alara packed a basket with some bread, cheese, and fruit, and off she went to the Whispering Woods. As she walked along the path, she heard a little voice that said, "Hey, you wouldn't happen to have any cheese, would you?" Alara looked around, but she couldn't see anyone. Then she heard the voice again, "Over here, please. I'm right here." And there she saw a little boy, no older than 7, with rosy cheeks and hair the color of wheat peeking out from behind a tree. "I'm sorry," said Alara, "but I'm on my way to the Whispering Woods. If you want some cheese, I'm sure my grandmother would be happy to share some with you." "Oh, I don't want your grandmother's cheese. I want your cheese, and I want some berries, too." Startled, Alara took a step back. "Are you a goblin?" she asked. The little boy grinned. "Why do you think I'm a goblin?" "Well, you look like one." He jumped out from behind the tree and said, "I am a goblin, but I'm not a bad goblin. I just like cheese and berries. And since you have some in your basket, I figured we could be friends." Alara laughed and sat down on a nearby stone. "I suppose we could share some cheese and fruit if you want. But then, how would I get to the Whispering Woods?" The goblin thought for a moment. I guess I could carry you on my back like a little piggyback. Hop on." Alara carefully climbed onto the goblin's back and held on tight to his hair as he ran through the woods. They played tag with the trees and raced alongside squirrels until they came to a clearing. In the middle of the clearing stood the tallest, oldest tree in the forest, and its branches seemed to reach up to the sky like welcoming arms. "This is it," said the goblin. "The Whispering Woods." Alara thanked the goblin for his help and was about to run off when she heard him say, "Wait. Don't forget our deal." She turned around and saw a big grin on his face. "Oh, right, the cheese and the berries." Alara laughed and reached into her basket for the treats. And so the two unlikely friends sat under the tree and shared a snack while the tree whispered stories of the forest to them. Alara listened intently, and after a while, she began to feel as if the tree was trying to tell her something important. "You have a wonderful singing voice, child," the tree whispered, "but you must use it to help others." Alara frowned. "That's easy for you to say, but I can't sing. I've lost my voice." "Then find the source of your sorrow and sing to it with all your heart, and your voice will return." Alara didn't understand what the tree meant, but she thanked it for its advice anyway and started her journey home. When she got back to her village, she went straight to her grandmother's house. "Grandma, I'm so glad I'm home," she cried, and she told her grandmother everything that had happened in the Whispering Woods. "So you see, Grandma, the tree said that I had to find the source of my sorrow and sing to it with all my heart. Do you know what that means?" Her grandmother smiled and said, "Why don't you go to the pond and ask the fish? They always know things." When Alara arrived at the pond, she sat down on a nearby rock and sang a little song to the fish. And do you know what the fish told her? They told her that a little boy had been seen taking berries and cheese from a nearby cottage. And when the owner of the cottage had chased after him, he had thrown the stolen goods into the pond. Alara immediately knew who the boy was. It was the goblin she had met in the woods. She raced back to the Whispering Woods as fast as she could, and when she found the little goblin, she told him what the fish had said. "You took someone's cheese and berries, and that's why you have no friends," she said. The goblin's eyes widened. "Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry." Then he did something very surprising. He took Alara's hand and said, "Let's go back together and return the stolen goods." When they got back to the cottage, the owner was just coming out the door. "Here," said the goblin, handing him the cheese and berries. "I'm sorry I took these." The owner of the cottage was very surprised to see a goblin, but he accepted the apology and the gifts, and then he invited them both in for tea. And guess what? From that day on, the goblin and Alara were the best of friends, and they both learned an important lesson about honesty and doing the right thing.